A very important Bitcoin update for this October, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. In today's video, 3 epic news items, 4 amazing charts, 1 inspirational quote. Let's quickly jump into it as I don't have too much time today, but let's surprise you with these amazing news items and these charts, guys. Epic. Bam. You all know that we got known for the fact that we sold our house in 2017. We went all into Bitcoin with everything that we owned, guys. Now, there is this huge real estate company, Open Door. They just announced, it's a $7 billion big company. They just announced that they are going to accept Bitcoin for all of their real estate. More and more companies starting to understand they shouldn't only be buying Bitcoin, they should also start to accept Bitcoin. In this way, they are accumulating Bitcoin without the need to make an exchange, to go to BlackRock, to buy Bitcoin spot ETFs. They can just start to accept Bitcoin and by that hodl Bitcoin. People are sending them Bitcoins to pay for their services. Now, more and more companies start to understand that. Now, even the real estate business, Open Door, $7 billion big company, now accepting Bitcoin for all of their real estate. Does that mean I'm going to buy a house? No. I still have a different opinion about ownership on real estate, ownership on luxury cars, ownership on all that stuff. My opinion is different. I prefer to spend our capital to experiences, to other people that need it, and to live life to the fullest. Could I do both? Yes. But why would I do that if the return on investment on my capital is bigger when I hodl it in Bitcoin or when I use it for my trading algorithms? Why should I then diversify to real estate? To feel more safe? Is it really more safe? Don't we see the prices decreasing of houses in certain areas of the world? I don't know. I am not the best person to ask when it comes to real estate, but for me it still doesn't feel as safe as hodling my Bitcoins completely in self-custody that nobody can touch. Real estate, they can take from me. Confiscating that is really simple. They can tax me, they can put me in the corner because the government tells me there is a new rule about real estate. I don't want all those centralized entities to be able to influence my life in that way. That's why I don't own real estate and I prefer digital assets like Bitcoin or investments in decentralized futures. But that's my opinion. Let me know your opinion down below this video. I'm really curious to what you think about owning real estate, yes or no. If I would ever buy real estate, it would only be directly with Bitcoin. Not using banks, using my Bitcoins, pay for the real estate, which is possible in Thailand and now also at Open Door. Now, next news item. Another beautiful reason for me to now live in Thailand is that Thailand is now offering 0% capital gain tax if you trade your Bitcoins on an official Thai Bitcoin exchange. Like for example, Binance has one, Bybit had one, but they need to reapply. There's a couple of others. I think Kraken has an official Thai exchange license. So if you have that license, that official Thai exchange license, and you use that exchange to send your Bitcoins there and to hodl your Bitcoins there, to trade your Bitcoins there, there is 0% capital gain tax the next 5 years in Thailand. Is it difficult to get access to these exchanges? You need to have, for example, a Thai driving license or a Thai residential visa or any of those things combined with your own passport. So it's fully regulated. But if you get access to that Thai exchange, you have 0% capital gain tax on your Bitcoins in Thailand. Amazing country. Do your own research, check out what you need to do and what you need to own and what you need to have to be able to apply for these Thai exchanges. But it is a very simple solution to pay 0% tax on your capital gains. Beautiful country, Thailand. For all the European people, yes, there is a big step coming for one of the biggest grocery store chains. It's called Carrefour. I think everyone in Europe knows the Carrefour. It's huge in France, it's huge in Spain, Italy. It has over 14,000 stores divided on 40 different countries. So Carrefour is a big name in this industry. They just announced that they are testing with Bitcoin and Lightning payments for all the groceries that people want to do in one of their 14,000 stores. This is also, again, a massive company understanding they shouldn't only be doing stuff that is really difficult, like opening an exchange or opening a broker account or opening whatever it is to buy Bitcoins. They can just start to accept Bitcoins. They receive Bitcoins for their products. They hodl their profit part in Bitcoins, and by that automatically create a reserve strategy in Bitcoins for their reserve capital. The rest of the people that will keep paying with fiat shitcoins, those fiat shitcoins, they use to pay all their debts, they use to pay all their bills, etc., to pay their employees, etc. Of course, it's a minority that's going to pay in Bitcoin, but that minority that's going to pay in Bitcoin, they can put that Bitcoin in their reserve strategy capital for their Carrefour, for example. Do you understand this? So they don't need to buy it on an exchange or in a spot ETF. They can just receive it from all those customers that want to use their Bitcoins and pay with Bitcoin Lightning. Simple steps for these huge companies. In the long term, guys, this is going to lead to mass adoption all over the place. More and more companies are announcing they will start to accept Bitcoin. It's not only going to be the digital gold of the 21st century, the best store of value. It's also going to be the first decentralized asset that's completely disconnecting money from the state that we can use all over the world. We will be able to use Bitcoin as a payment tool, as a store of value tool, as a trading mechanism. We can use it for everything in the future. Decentralized, disconnected from the state. The state can't print any Bitcoins anymore. The state can't touch your Bitcoins if you hodl them in self-custody. The state can't stop you spending some Bitcoins. It's all decentralized. It's power back to the people when it comes to the monetary system. That is why I support Bitcoin, guys. That were all the news items. Let's quickly jump into the charts now because I saw the dip back to 121K. Are we gonna dip lower? Is this weekly close again gonna be below that huge resistance line? I'm gonna show you on the charts what I see today. Bam! There we are, guys. Yes, on the charts, the first chart for today, of course, is the 4-hour chart. Look. We broke that resistance, that green line. We're coming back and retesting the resistance in support. Can we move the green line a little bit? Yes, of course, we can do this and this. But look, this area of support should be holding. That's a retest. Because we have seen this as a resistance in this whole green square over there. This was even their resistance. Then we broke it. Now it's support. So from that retest, we should take it up higher again to levels around 135 to 140K, but I will show you why on a later chart. Is this bad? No, there's a beautiful market structure that's being built, but I will get back to that later, guys. Now, here you can see on the weekly, the most important chart I told you, we need to stay above this 119,000 US dollar with the bodies of the weekly candles. First one closed above it. This one just opened. We still have 4 days and 23 hours to go. So let's call it 5 days before this one closes. This should be closing at least above this line. If the candle is closing above the previous close, that's of course another very bullish sign. If it's closing down below it, we will take it again from there to show you some more. Now, that's short term. If we look at the indicator that has been right all the time when it comes to the top, then we need to refer to the pi cycle top indicator. Now, that pi cycle top indicator, that is just a combination of two leverages. If you want to understand this, there's a website, bitbo.io. You can use my link, you get a huge discount over there. Look, it will explain what it's doing. It's taking the 111-day moving average and it's combining that with the 350-day moving average. Now, that's the two line colors that you see, the bluish and the purple one. Every time when that bluish touches that purple line, that's when the top is in, $116. Here, first cross, $1,200, top was in. Here, when they started to cross, let me see, over there, 19,000 US dollar, top was in. Here, when they started to cross, over there, 55,000 US dollar. This was the double top. You could have stayed in, you could have bought at 60K or 62 sold, but this was the pi cycle top indicator, 62,000 US dollar. Now, at the moment, these lines are not even close to each other. Now, the thing that I find very interesting I hope you will understand this, follow me here, is that every time when this happens, we can see that the price, that golden line, moves above the purple line first. Then we see the cross. Gold moves above purple line, then we see the blue line touching that purple line. The price, the golden line, moves above the purple line, then later we see the cross. Here, even the previous bull market, 2021 bull market with a double top, the price, the gold line, moved above the purple line, then the blue line followed, and then the cross came. If you understand that, then you would say, hey Didi, you are completely wrong when it comes to the top. Because for the price to move above the purple line, we should go above 200,000 US dollar, as that is where the 250 day is. The price is 121,000 US dollar. So the price should be moving above 200K for a blue line to come closer to the purple line. Of course, the purple line is growing maybe a little bit different now. It went really bottoming to steep, and here a little bit more bottoming, slow growth. But still, if we would do what we did the previous cycles, the price should first go above that purple line, above the 200K, for us, that blue line, to come near that, and then we find a cross just above 200K. My prediction is still 160K, because I think this is a little bit different, as we made a early autumn high before the halving. But let's see. I will keep an eye on this one for you guys. There's a lot of different charts here that are very interesting to check. You can even see the Pi Cycle top estimate chart on this one, where estimating, where the cross will happen. There is still no estimation, so because they are so far from each other. So there's a lot of other charts that I use here as well, guys. You can use the Puel multiple. You have all of these charts available on Bitbo. Use the link down below to sign up. Now, let's jump into a few more interesting charts, guys, over here. This is the first one, bam. This one is, of course, a liquidation level. And I'm just telling you this already from the beginning. Look, the huge liquidation level is around 110,000 US dollar over there. That is where, if we drop, we liquidate a shitload of people. But an even bigger liquidation level is around 130 to 140K over there. If the price will move to this area, billions of dollars will be liquidated from the market. That is what we normally do. We follow these levels. 120K, look, when we were here, we need to crash this liquidation over there. We did it. Now we are over there. We need to go up to liquidate it. And from there again, yes, it's easy, thinkable that we could crash all the way to 110,000 again to liquidate those people. That's just the game of trading. It's all about liquidations nowadays, as people are trading with too much high leverages. If you don't understand that, become part of the Didi Bam Bam family. We educate you on what it means to trade with too high leverage. On this chart, we can see something very interesting as well. This chart I found on Twitter. I don't think you can see the full chart, sorry for that. Let me see if I can make it a little bit smaller, like this. There, maybe now you can see it. Now you should be able to see the full bottom and everything, because on this chart you can see clearly that each and every time the stochastic RSI over there crossed, we made a huge run in Bitcoin. So the average run of all these over here was a run of 35%. After this cross, 35% up. After this one, 35 up. After this one, 30, an average 35% up. We had a cross again of the stochastic. We are up 6% at the moment. For us to go up 35% from these levels would need to bring us between 135 to 140,000 US dollar per Bitcoin. And then we can see these lines again topping out over there. So that move is the move that I'm expecting now to 140K over there. That is the move that we should get if you look at the average moves that Bitcoin made every time we crossed that line in average, guys. Interesting chart. And then Titan of Crypto also had a beautiful chart today to share on Twitter. Check his Twitter account, of course. Oh, my face is in front of his Twitter account, I think. Let me see. Yes. There is his Twitter account. He's talking about market structure, and the market structure is there indeed. You know, if you look over here, 2022 May, then we get into this new phase, this new trend, and that uptrend. You know, we are pulled every time towards that green area, and every time also to that pinkish area for the bottom. You know, that green area is now between 170 and 220,000 US dollars. So this is the area where the bull market top will be somewhere. It will be towards the end of 2026, which is the end of the structure from this moment. So in this square over there, that is where the bull market top will take place. That's just a couple of more candles. These are weekly candles. So 8 more candles, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles. We will be in this area over there between 160 to 100. There is where the mass profit can be taken. I'm of course taking profit all the way, as I also bought the bear market here all the way, guys. Please understand it. This should easily be going to this area over there. Amazing chart. Now, the last chart that I will use to make you understand why you should be in Bitcoin and not in fiat shitcoins, like for example the euro, because if we look at the euro, since that euro has been in your lives, we are taking a look at the last 20 years. So the buying power, your purchasing power of €1 over time, from 2000 to 2020, so this is the last 20 years, your purchasing power for all the Dutch, the koopkracht for all the Germans, deine Kaufkraft, has decreased tremendously. What used to be €1 worth of products at the moment is 70 cents worth of products. It is from €1 in 2000 to 70 cents is minus 30%. Because you are storing your capital, your savings account in euros, you're able in the last 20 years to buy 30% less goods. Your purchasing power has decreased with 30%. Je koopkracht is met 30% omlaag gegaan. Je koopt nu 30% minder frikandellen dan dat je kocht in 2000. You're buying 30% less of your favorite snack as you were able to buy in 2000. If it is tapas, if it is pizzas, if it is the normal groceries, if it is cars, if it is whatever it is in your life that you're buying, because you saved your money in euros, you're buying 30% less than you could buy there in 2000. That is what happens when all your money is in euros. For us, the Bitcoin family, completely the opposite happened. Because all our money is in Bitcoin, we couldn't buy shit with 1 Bitcoin in 2016, 17 even. We were at $900, $1,000. 1 Bitcoin couldn't buy me nothing, not even a television. At the moment, 1 Bitcoin is $120,000 US. If I stored my capital in Bitcoin, I could buy a television in 2016. I can buy a huge car or even apartment in 2025. Opposite. My purchasing power is increasing. We are able to buy more and more and more because we are storing our capital in Bitcoin. This is the most important lesson you need to understand about Bitcoin. That is the difference between Bitcoin and fiat shitcoins. They destroy your purchasing power, the shitcoins, fiat currencies. Bitcoin increases your purchasing power. That is my lesson for today. Now, let's jump into the next part. Well, I'll take another sip of my Didi Bam Bam coffee. Use my special link down below here to sign up to Bybit and claim your amazing bonus up to $30,000 US. You will receive $30 for just signing up. Use my link down below and click it now. I hope you really enjoyed those charts, guys. Short term, a lot of volatility, which is amazing for my trading algorithm. It's also amazing for the manual traders out there. We need volatility to be able opening and closing trades, making profits. Long term, I still have the same target, same target. The bull market top top is going to happen within 60 days, in my opinion, around 160,000 US dollar per Bitcoin. That's an amazing bull market top. We will be taking profits all the way up to the top, and then we will start to wait for the bear market to settle in and to buy that bear market bottom back, guys. Simple strategy, but that's a very powerful strategy that has been playing out very well for our family in the last 3 bull cycles. So if you want to follow that, then become a Didi Bam Bam VIP. We will guide you through the whole process over there at didibambam.me, guys. Now let's jump into the last part of the video. The inspirational quote for today, guys: don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. You should be led by the dreams in your heart. That is how you should live your life, following all the dreams that you feel inside in your heart, that makes you warm, that makes you happy, that gives you that satisfied feeling of doing what you want to do. Don't be disturbed by all those fears continuously in your mind. These are not real fears. Those fears are often based on other people's fears, on other people's stories. If you haven't experienced that fear yourself, why are you fearing it? Like if you have never bungee jumped, you could be afraid because you saw a shitload of videos of going wrong or people screaming, but as long as you didn't experience that bungee jump yourself, you don't know if you want to fear it or not, or you need to fear it or not. Maybe you will really like it. Maybe you really like to skydive. Maybe you really like to ski. It doesn't mean that you need to fear something because other people fear it. You should be following all those dreams in your heart. That passion that is there, that's boiling to get out. That is what you should be focusing on. Following your dreams of your heart, not the fears in your mind. These are those two voices continuously discussing with each other. No, yes, no, yes, left, right, black, white. All of these voices. You should be leaning back, observe those two voices, and understand that you're the one that's making the decisions. You're the one that is in control. And if you understand that you're the one that is in control, you're not even paying attention to those voices, but you will start to listen to your gut feeling, your heart. That is where the true path lies when it comes to discovering the true you, but also the true value of your life. Not by fear, by love, by passion, by following your dreams, making your dreams come true. That was the inspirational quote for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you will be notified when I say to exit this market. And please leave a comment down below. What do you think about everything we talked about? Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing day and see you tomorrow again. Bam.